everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
I actually love this band.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm really excited to talk about these two new albums because one of them is from a band that is brand new, which makes me know that I'm so happy that I'm still with it, and one of them is from a band that is quite a fan favorite among many, but I had no idea that a new album was coming. Neither did I think that it would be coming so soon. So let's start with the first album that I want to discuss, and it is the new album from the new band that I recently discovered, and they are Pale Waves, and this album is called My Mind Makes Noises. So I first heard their single New Year's Eve, and it was such a throwback to fun 80s music. It had a little bit of the sound of bands like the Bangles with a little bit of The Cure in it, and it was just such an interesting and catchy song. I liked it. So when I found out that they were a brand new band and they were going to be making a brand new album in September of 2018, I had to pick it up. Even though New Year's Day is not on the album, there are still some really great listens on this album. I mean, Noises is a great song, but there are some songs in here that I just cannot get out of my head, like Drive and She and Black and 18. These are all good songs, but the album as a whole, it doesn't really blow your mind after a couple of listens. It's still very good, don't get me wrong, but it's just not one of those albums that just wows you maybe after the first listen. But it is still one that you continue to listen to and continue to enjoy, and it is definitely one of my 5 favorite albums of the year. I know for a solid fact that it is not the best because there are a couple of albums that are just a little bit better than this one, but one of the few things that I am happy to say is Pale Waves, if you're really into this 80s new wave sound that seems to be much more predominant. I mean, I really thought that it was going to be making a comeback in 2004 when the Killers first arrived on the scene, but then when bands like Paramore start going in this direction, and one of the most popular bands is the 1975, it makes me more excited to see where Pale Waves is going to go, and I would really be looking forward to seeing what their sophomore release is going to be like whenever it comes around. The next album that I want to talk about is an album that I didn't even know was coming, and it is the 4th album from Imagine Dragons called Origins. Now, Evolve came out last year, and I absolutely loved that album. I think that it's their best album to date. But then when there was a whole thing about how this one was coming out, it was supposed to be like a sister album to Evolve, I was excited because I never knew that Imagine Dragons was going to make one so soon. And then I started listening to it, and I have to admit, it's not their best album. I think it might actually be their worst. There is still one song on this album that is still my favorite, and it is Zero, and it is featured in Ralph Breaks the Internet. It is, I think, the strongest song on this album. I mean, there are some other good songs on here. I think that Cool Out is a good song. I think that Stuck is a good song. Natural's okay, but this is just an okay album. It's not their best record. You should definitely listen to their first album, and Evolve, of course, is their best, I think. But I'm still not giving up on Imagine Dragons. I mean, look, when it comes to all bands, you know, you win some, you lose some. Not every album that a band makes that you like is perfect. So this one is just maybe a step to the side and not necessarily a step back. But you know something? The fact that they actually made an album so soon makes me really excited to see that their creative juices are flowing, and I'm really curious to see what their 5th album is going to sound like. So that's it, everybody. 2 new albums, one from a brand new band, one from a favorite band of many. I would really like your thoughts if you've listened to either of these, or neither, and we can have a really good discussion about them. But in the meantime, I'm looking forward to the next time I'm able to give you guys a music review, which will be in December, so in the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.